Hello everyone, again, what is up? So, a little bit of a different video here today. I don't know if a lot of you know this, but I like to watch movies. I'm a big movie guy. And I have this huge Excel spreadsheet, I'll put it up on the screen right now, of just lots of movies that I've watched and rated. Obviously, I haven't rated every movie I've watched because I can't remember, but I've written down every significant movie I've watched on there and rated them. And I just thought, hey, why not start giving reviews of them as well on my channel. So I recently watched the movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which, first of all, let me just say, no idea what the hell that means. When I saw it on TikTok, and I was like, if they're saying it's good, I gotta give it a try, because, I don't like BS movies. I don't like bullshit. I don't like these movies with a clear agenda that, takes away from the plot and stuff like that. Lots of newer movies are like that, not all of them, but, this one came out a little bit ago, so I figured it might be good. It has Jim Carrey in it and stuff, so yeah, this movie, it's basically about this guy who finds love, and he really finds it, and he's happy, and then things go south in the relationship, and there's this service that this doctor's office or something offers, and they can get that person erased from their mind and not remember it, so if they're having trouble getting over him. So he's walking around the bookstore one day, and he sees this girl, and he remembers her, but she had the thing erased. She had him erased from her mind. She doesn't remember him or anything. So now he's pissed. He's like, why would she do that to me? And then he's like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And then he does it, and as they're doing it, he slowly realizes, wait, I don't want this memory to be erased. I know we had bad times, but I love this girl. We had great times together. So they're trying to, escape being erased, blah, 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 blah. By the end, they both are erased from each other's minds, and then they actually end up meeting again by pure impulse and trying again. So I've honestly thought overall it was a really, really good movie. Definitely had me for some twists and turns there. I'm a person that I don't really like it when there's not a twist at the end of the movie or something happens. If it's just kind of straightforward and then it just kind of ends, I kind of need it to be whoa, I didn't see that coming, for it to be a good movie. There's still good movies that aren't like that, but I just feel something with a twist that I didn't see coming, because I'm pretty smart. I could usually guess what's gonna happen. In terms of trippiness with the mind, I thought it was all right. They could have done better in terms of him going back through the memories. I was a bit confused on some parts. I don't know, some people's faces were erased, and I was like, why is he in this memory? He's not part of the memories of him and his girl. Why is this person here? It's some doctors, I don't know. I was a bit confused with a lot of the going in his mind things, but other than that, I could kind of just be like, oh, okay, they're going through his mind, though, so I didn't really think too hard about stuff like that. But in terms of cinematography and stuff like that, great movie. It didn't seem like an amateur film or anything like that. It was fun to see Jim Carrey interact with Mark Ruffalo and Mary Jane Watson, and those were the only characters I really knew. The only cast I knew, but there were a whole bunch of other people, I'm sure, that were good actors. Oh, the one girl from Divergent, not the main character, the mean lady, she's the girl, but she looks much younger and hotter, might I add. For things that I thought that this film could have done better, I thought a film going by this sort of plot of going back in his mind, erasing things, there's a lot at stake here, and I thought that there were a lot of intense moments where you're like, oh shit, she doesn't remember him or something like that. But I thought they could have made it a little more intense with music and shooting a little bit differently. I don't know, that's just me. It felt a little boring at times, and I feel like it could have been way, way better at other times. Another thing that I had an issue with was the fact that I think this movie would have been better if the erasing was if they were doing it against his own will, like if his parents were like, oh, like he's not getting over this girl, we need to take him here. Instead, he was the one that wanted to do it. So while they're trying to escape the people that are erasing their memories, I'm just a bit confused on, like, you know, I don't really know if I want to root for you that much here, because this was your decision in the first place. I know you've changed your mind, but if it was like against his own will, I feel like that would be way better, because, you know, he never wanted to erase in the first place, so the stakes are higher. But obviously, at the end of the movie, it has to be that way, so I can kind of understand that. It was just a little bit hard for me to root for him, since the fact that he chose to have this operation done on him. I kind of thought that the part with Howard, and I'm just gonna call her Mary Jane because I don't know what her actual name is in the movie. Howard's the doctor that does the surgeries. I thought that the whole side plot with him and her having stuff, and then she got him erased, and then came on to him again, was just, I get it, and the reason why they did that was because at the end she steals all the tapes and then shows everyone, and like she was pissed or whatever, who knows. I just thought it wasn't really necessary. I think that they could have focused more on the Jim Carrey part, and that could have been left out of it, and they could have found some other way that in order to leak those recordings. Another thing that I was a little bit confused about was when they were doing the procedure on Jim Carrey's character. Why don't I know anyone's names in this? Joel. When they were doing Joel's procedure, Mark Ruffalo's character and Mary Jane, they like start having this like party, and they're smoking weed, and they're, you know, getting frisky and stuff, and I was like, this doesn't seem realistic. Like, when you're doing a procedure like this, if this were to happen in real life, I feel like there's no way that would be happening. I feel like it should have been like more like an intense, like, oh, I gotta erase the memory, like with crazy music. I don't know. I feel like that would have had me more on the edge of my seat than just like them playing around and like, oh, the machine's not working. I don't know. That's just me. Another thing was at the end of the movie when Joel has his memory erased, and Clementine, that's the girl's name, also had her memory erased. Not the same time, but she already had it done. Anyway, they like meet up back with each other impulsively because they both know of this certain lake or something. And one of the doctors that erased Joel sees him with this girl. And I would think, first of all, there would be way more precautions made so that wouldn't happen. Like, you know, hey, if you can like fiddle with the brain, you can definitely be like, hey, don't go over here where she lives. I don't know. I just feel like he saw them like meet back up, and then he just like didn't do anything about it. I don't know. Because obviously if it happened back then, it's probably gonna happen again, and they're gonna want to come back. I don't know. Maybe that's how they make money, but I'm going down a rabbit hole here. Anyway, yeah, he sees them at the end, and then I guess he just sees them together. I kind of forget if he didn't do anything. And they hear the recordings that Mary Jane stole from the place of their past together, which they've now forgotten. And they end up agreeing to, you know, even though this is likely going to happen, to stay together. I guess they love each other that much. But overall, I thought it was a great movie. Definitely one of the better ones I've seen. I know that with all my critiques, it might have sounded like I didn't like it, but I honestly really did like it, and I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 for that reason, which is huge for me. I usually don't go above a 7 on a lot of stuff. I only have, when you see my list, you saw my list earlier, I only have like 4 movies with a 10, and a few with a 9. It's really hard to get up into the 8s, so I respect that movie for doing that. So thank you for listening to my review, and I hope that I can do this more often, and yeah, look out for the next video. See ya.